I know I say this all the time, but it feels like I blinked and we're here again, right?
The next episode, we will both be well into our 80s and 90s, and we'll be like, where'd the time go? But the key phrase there is we'll be well into our 80s and 90s.
That's right.
Healthy
Yes,
as
we
little
will be
horses.
well, as in
Well.
healthy well. Yes, excellent, good use of the word. Yes,
Yes.
yes. And Rachel, uh, in this transition, because I think between now and this last time we met, we had the time change and fall back and all that. And I'm, some of the thoughts that I have had in the past are, so dark and blah, blah, blah. And so that's the story I was telling myself was, it's gone. Therefore, this is just no fun. And you know what? That thought is, so I've been doing some exploring of that thought with Coach Rachel in the background and saying, how is it true? Is that thought true? What's my proof? And what's my absolute proof? Do I know? Do I have a crystal ball that says I'm not going to have any fun for the next whatever 3, no, no. And is that thought serving me well? And what would be a more gracious thought? What would be a more, what's your word? Growing thought or
growth-minded
thought.
Open-minded
thought. Yes. What does this time have for me that summertime doesn't have for me? And what I came up with was crafting.
Yes, because when it's summer, you're like, I don't really want to craft. I want to go outside and I want to garden and I want to whatever. Yes. Yeah. So this time is for you, and tell me why you like crafting. What's in it for you?
Oh, I like creating. I like giving gifts. I like I'm feeling like I'm using my time well, and yes, all those things kind of packaged in one. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So totally different perspective.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're wearing different goggles.
Right. Different goggles. I'm telling myself a different story, a new story. Not necessarily, I don't need to say that old story was bad necessarily. I'm just going to say that it's not necessarily true anymore. Mm-hmm. And it's not serving me well, or maybe there's a better, not a better, but a more gracious, growth-minded story to tell. Yeah.
What a great reminder to listen to the things we hear ourselves say and then stop and ask, hold on, is that true?
Mm-hmm.
That is such a great question because it's either true or it's not.
Yeah.
And if it's not true, that doesn't mean it's wrong, but it could be that you need more information. Mm-hmm. It could mean that it's sometimes true, but sometimes not true. Mm-hmm. It could mean that it's just a lie. It could mean that it's a worry. And that's a legitimate concern. And it's fair. You have the right to have concerns, but that it's not necessarily true.
Right.
And gosh, once we start to talk to ourselves that way, the solution becomes very clear and logical.
Yeah. Right. And it gives you back your power. You're taking your power back.
You're back in charge. You're back
in charge. Yeah. You're your own agent. You're your own author, and you're rewriting. Yeah. So good. That doesn't really have anything to do with what we're talking about, but kind of, because it's always.
It is. And I'll add something that will likely, can segue us a little bit here. That oftentimes, especially with these sort of, I don't know if it's considered a pop culture thing, but it's a cultural thing. Everybody goes, oh, the time change. And it's a talking point. It's an area where we can find camaraderie and commonality with others. Sure. Everybody likes to either say, I love spring forward or I hate fall back. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like this shared thing. And it becomes habitual and sort of a connection point. And sometimes, again, if we go back and ask ourselves the question, is it true? We might realize we've been just kind of going along to get along, or kind of following the stream just because it's, again, this is not a big deal, but like, am I just following the stream? And have I decided for myself that I truly feel this way? And when we ask it from that perspective, so then now here's how it segues into exercise, because we kind of follow like-minded with the people we spend time with, or we like to mirror. This is a part of our tribal community-based humanity. We like to mirror what other people do because it's kind of like the go along to get along. If I mirror how you behave, then we're closer friends because we have things in common. And when it comes to exercise, this is an area where you can be mirroring your friends and the people you hang out with because they're pushing you to, they're exercising. So I want to get out there.
Yeah.
Or the people you're around or the people you listen to hate exercise, don't exercise, won't exercise, can't even imagine why anyone would. And then that kind of sinks in as a mirroring behavior.
Yeah.
So what are the hacks? What can we do about it?
Right. Sorry. Oh, sorry. Talk amongst yourselves.
Anyway, it's a good, I just wanted to add that little piece onto the end of what you said, because it can be challenging to go against the grain, right? Everyone's saying, I hate fallback. This is terrible. Life is over. It's dark. It's depressing. I don't want, and it can be hard to be like, I disagree. Anyone with me? That's hard. That's hard. And then people are like, oh, brother, Rachel, you're just being positive. I mean, we can get flack for this is true of all of our health behaviors, all of our habits where we question and then kind of like rub back and say, maybe it doesn't have to be that way.
Right.
But this is where I think you and I are part of our goal and mission in life is to be agents of change, gentle, kind, gracious, compassionate, small steps forward, but agents of that health change.
That nurturing nudge.
Yeah. What if?
Yeah, that's right.
People kind of light up when you go, well, but what if what if no? They kind of go, oh, never thought about that.
Yeah.
Kind of fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. Yeah. So, right. So we're trying to push back on and ask ourselves different questions around what our non-negotiables for moving our bodies are. Yeah. And we've talked about a few things, our little exercise hacks, but what do we have on tap to talk about today?
Yeah, we were talking about one of the hacks we wanted to bring up was a way to incorporate the basic movements that are helpful for mobility, flexibility, longevity, basic quality of life movements that you can squeeze in. Last week we talked about meanwhile habits. Your coffee is water is boiling for your coffee. What could you do a couple push-ups against the counter meanwhile? So these are things where you could sneak them in. You could do them all at once as part of a 30-minute exercise routine, or you could go to the gym and do them. But you can also find ways to hack. I like to hack them through my day as a way for me. Yeah, it's like little places. It gets me up and breaks up my chunks of being sedentary. If I just get up from my desk and go, okay, 5 squats, go. Now I'm moving, my heart's pumping a little bit. I can sit back down, and now I kind of disrupted that sedentary, So the five basic movements are, and then you can explain all of these and what they are. There's the push, there's the pull, the hip hinge, the squat, and the plank. So What's a push? What's a push movement?
Well, I would think a push movement would be like those presses against the counter. Yeah. Or a press overhead.
There you go. Yeah. Right.
Mhm.
Anything where you're kind of pushing something away.
Away.
I had somebody, I was reading the other day, a hack mindset for push-ups. Don't think of yourself trying to lift your body off the ground. Think of yourself trying to push the ground away
from you. Oh, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really makes, because in our minds, we can think there's no way I can lift my body up.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think, well, I can push away from the ground,
Mm-hmm.
that might change the way you connect with the muscles.
Right. Push. Yeah. Yeah. And then, so that's doing that with your upper body. What about a push with your lower body? Like you're pushing your body off the ground with a squat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that actually falls under a squat.
Mm-hmm.
It's, I suppose you could be, you could lay down, and in a machine at the gym, you can push those.
Mm-hmm.
You do a
push it away. Right.
With your feet, that would be a push. But if we're doing all of this with just our body weight, right? If we try to think about how could I just do this with my body weight? You can step up on the stairs, and I don't that's a push, right? Because you're
probably a push and a pull,
Yeah, it's probably some multi-compound there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a pull, if we're thinking about the upper body, what would be a pull?
Yeah, that'd be more like a bicep curl, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It might be, a leg. A pull would be like well, that's more in a hinge too, but a pull would be with your, a leg curl, right? That's your hamstring. So it's kind of the opposite muscle group that the push is.
Right.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Push pull is generally like we're trying to do both types of movements that a hinge or a joint can do.
Mm-hmm.
So a pull could be bicep curl. You're pulling something up. And it can be a pull down too, right? So if you have bands, you could even just take the band and just pull down.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Just pull down. You don't have to have it hooked to anything. You can just pull down, and that's a pull. Yeah. The third is a hip hinge. So you kind of mentioned it. What are some of the ways that you would think of using a hip hinge?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about a deadlift.
Right. Deadlift, where you kind of bend at the hip.
And I'm also thinking about some of those yoga movements, like the, what is it called? When you're pressing up to that's
well, there's downward dog, and then is this Shavasana, where you do like the cobra?
Yeah, the cobra. The cobra, and then into the child's pose.
And
cobra
then
to the child.
Yeah, all of those are hinging. Yeah, they're doing multiple movements, but they are hinging that hip. Yeah. I think a lunge is considered a bit of a hip hinge too. So you can do
and that's a compound movement that's quads and hammies and hips. Yeah.
It's a little bit of all of it, that lower body. Yeah. And then we have the good old-fashioned squat. Yeah. And this can be, if you're new to squat, don't try to get so low. Don't try to go so deep. Just try to do, just shallow squats. Wake up those.
3/4. Yeah, 3/4.
Eventually, if you can kind of get those legs into a 90-degree angle, great. But we got to make sure our feet and our knees are in alignment, that we're not. It's easy to look up online and look at proper form. These are really basic moves.
Definitely.
You can also do a squat by doing a wall sit.
Yes. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's really good. And then there again, you don't have to be at that 90 degrees. You can be more of a 3/4 squat, and you're pressing the middle of your back against the wall. And that's just so good for core and
those quads. And you can kind of lower yourself a couple inches, release it, and you'll get immediate release. And then you kind of slide your back down and see, hold it for a few more seconds. Slide your foot back up.
Yeah.
And then the fifth one is a plank, which is
Yeah.
an old-fashioned total body core strengthening. You
Mhm.
can do them on your forearms. You can do them on your, full hands up, and you can do them on your knees or on your toes. There's lots of ways to modify a plank to meet yourself where you're at.
The plank brings me an extra chuckle because once upon a time when one of my boys was, I don't know, in middle school, kind of the goofy stage, he would take a picture of himself. I think this was a thing for a while, planking in all different places, I don't know, at Carl's Jr. or on the football field or
Yeah, it was kind of a social media thing.
it was, yeah.
Yeah.
He's planking all over the place.
Yes. And a plank, by the way, can be something that you do against the wall or the counter as
Oh,
well.
very true. Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
If
Yeah.
you're beginning, or maybe if your mobility limits getting down on the ground,
Mhm.
it's something that you can just, you just bring yourself against, like I'm against my desk here. I can
Mhm.
just hold, right? I can
Right.
just hold that.
That isometric muscle contraction is very,
Right.
very good for, well, a whole body. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So we're talking about a little bit of isometric. In a squat, you're kind of it's a dynamic movement, but in a sit squat or a wall sit, it's isometric. And
Mhm.
these are both are good, both change and challenge the muscle in different ways.
Mhm.
So it's not one is better than the other. They all are valuable and important.
Right.
And if you think about in a day, the kind of movement I want to be able to have is I want to be able to squat down to pick something up. But what if I squat to pick something up and I have to hold it for a second?
Right.
I want to be able to do both. I want to have
Mhm.
the ability to do the movement and also hold the movement.
Mhm.
And both are part of like overall mobility,
Mhm.
flexibility, that range of motion.
Right. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, that flexibility and then, being able to carry a little bit of a load, to have balance and then, yeah, and then to be able to pick up the pace a little bit. Mhm.
Right. Right.
Mhm. Yeah.
So an idea would be, can I do, so I saw this online somewhere. It was called the 5-5-5-30
Oh,
challenge. And it was, you do 5 push-ups, you do 5 squats, 5 lunges per leg. And sometimes I like to do walking lunges because that's just more fun.
right, right. Yeah.
Also very different than a static lunge, right? Both are
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
They are working you very differently. You'll notice.
Yeah, more balance in the walking lunge. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so 5 push-ups, 5 squats, 5 lunges per leg. That's the 5-5-5, and then 30-second plank. And
Mm.
if you're at a 5-second plank, start there.
Right.
Do as many seconds as you can do.
Okay.
So
How long so have you been doing this, Rachel?
well, no, I haven't.
Well, I was thinking, how long would this take? Not very long. It looks like it might be, less than 2 minutes.
Oh, I would think less than 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. But if you're just getting started and you're going
Yeah.
slow and trying to get your balance or your
Right.
making sure
Yeah,
that
you
you're
don't have to
doing
rush through it, right?
no.
Even
Yeah.
if you start to finish 5 minutes, right? Let's just say that, just,
Yeah.
so plenty of time.
Yeah.
Gosh, I could do 5 minutes 3 times in a day, right?
Right. Right.
Or
And
4 times, yeah.
you could even break this up, there's basically 5 there's 4 movements. You could break this if you're just starting, you could start off with 5 push-ups at your morning break. Then you can do 5 squats at lunch, then 5 lunges each leg during your afternoon break, and then you could do a 30-second plank at night.
Love it.
Break it
Yeah.
up for the day.
Right.
I don't do this exact thing, but I definitely get up and just do them randomly, right? I'll get up and I'm like, oh, I'm on the phone. I could just do a couple of squats while I'm just standing here.
Mhm.
And so this is a hack, right? Because this is a way to kind of like hack more exercise, more movement into your day that's easy, doable, sustainable. It's not a gym membership. It's not, I have to set aside 30 minutes of my day.
Mhm.
It's not, I think the hardest thing is to remember to do it.
Right, exactly. Oh, I should have done it. Oh, yes. Yeah. And so creating that smooth transition, that automated transition, like we learned about in Tiny Habits, that
Yeah.
ABC. Yeah.
So what are some ideas? What are some of the ways you would think of
Yeah.
yourself and how you would make it
Right.
remember?
You know, for example, after I brush my teeth in the morning,
Mhm.
then I do my 5 push-ups off the sink, or, you know,
Mhm.
or yeah, and because and that trailing behavior, the last thing that I do, I have to think about the last thing I do with the toothbrushing that I do every day.
Mhm.
I probably dry my hands, you know, because my hands are wet. Maybe I dry my mouth and my hands. Well, that's not the last thing. The last thing is then I put the towel away. So after I put the towel away,
There you go.
then I put my arms in position for the first push-up.
There you go.
Yeah. So it's finding the tail end trail behavior of whatever thing I'm doing every day, and then adding the first part of the new behavior, putting my hands in position. I haven't even done the behavior yet. I'm just trying to attach it to automate it.
Right.
Right. And then I have to celebrate that I did that.
Yes. Yes. And you might even need a reminder the first couple of times, like a sticky note attached to your toothbrush that says, don't forget your push-ups or whatever. Did you say toothbrushing after your toothbrushing?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. Or a sticky note somewhere where you'll remember to do it that very first time.
Right.
A new habit is so fragile and the brain wants to remember, but sometimes one little distraction, you could be drying your hands after brushing your teeth, fully planning on doing it. And then someone says something and then
boom.
And then it's just forgotten. So while a habit is forming, it's really, really fragile. So it needs a little bit of encouragement. While you were describing that, I was thinking about all of a sudden the squat. What if every time I went to sit down, I first had to do 5 squats?
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Kind of hovering my buns over the chair.
Yeah.
Nope. I'm going to sit. Nope. I'm going to sit. Nope. Sit.
I like it. Yeah. Okay. Now you might look a little weird if you're.
Just don't do this in public, y'all.
Okay.
Don't do it in public. Do it at home. Make it fun.
You're confident. You're strong. You know who you are. You're comfortable in your own skin, girl. You go ahead and do those squats before you sit down on that bus seat.
Then you do. It might start a great conversation. Yeah. It might encourage other people to do it. If anything, people are going to laugh, and then you've brought joy to someone's day.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, so those are some hacks. Those are some ideas of ways to sneak in some of that strength training and mobility training.
Oh, great. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we'll pick this up again next time. We might move on to another, I think we're going to talk about sleep next time.
Let's do it. Okay, so this concludes the exercise hacks.
Yes. Yeah.
We'll move on to sleep hacks.
Then we're going to talk about sleep hacks. So I'm looking forward to that.
Great.
So, because it's, what a good season of the year to talk about sleep and how important it is. So, but what's for dinner, Rachel? Oh, I don't know. Do you have time for that?
We got to go, but I'll tell you really quick. We're in a small group, and someone is bringing salmon. Someone is bringing a Greek salad. We're bringing pumpkin spice bars. They're like these. That's dessert. They're plant-based pumpkin spice bars. So that's dessert. That's dinner for us tonight. What about you?
Yes, we are doing. We're going to dinner at friend's house before our sweariness lesson.
Right.
And I'm bringing the salad. So I'm going to do my, my kale salad. It's just a winner. So with the lemon vinaigrette, apple cider vinegar, lemon, olive oil vinaigrette.
Yum.
Delish. Yeah. The lemon zest.
The packing season. Yeah, the lemon zest. Oh.
So yeah, and I put pomegranate seeds in there and some pumpkin seeds in there. It's good. It's good stuff.
You're doing your part, bringing the beautiful salad.
Yes.
Love it.
Okay.
All right. See you guys next week.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Bye.